Hi, good morning, and welcome to the SenseItAll weekly webinar. So we like to do this webinar really just to kind of show commitment to the SenseItAll platform and to answer any questions that have come in during the week, and also to kind of highlight, how do I put it, any news around the SenseItAll platform. So we did do a large webinar last week, and I will mention that just to say, define what the SenseItAll platform is. The SenseItAll platform is really for anyone who's interested in doing testing, I would say, in the liquid phase. So what I mean by that is if there's a chemical parameter, a biological parameter, a biochemical parameter, it could be glucose, lactate, pH, DNA, RNA, pathogens in general, but things that are generally in the liquid phase. And you can sort of analyze things in the liquid phase either by using electrochemical methods or optical methods. So here I show the sort of spectrochemical platform, which is a cube. It's very sort of small, and it's really to try and help companies, people really get to what there are lots of terms for this. I don't like the term prototype, but you can have prototypes. I prefer the term minimally viable product, which is a little bit beyond prototype. A minimally viable product is really a product that has a minimum feature set that allow you to give it to real people. But the first thing you've got to do when kind of commercializing is have something that's quite tangible. So this is tangible. It's a mini or micro spectrometer, and this is also tangible as well. It's an electrochemical platform, which is really the originator of SenseItAll. But as I say, we've also expanded into spectrochemical as well as electrochemical. So really, we're just trying here to get over the first hurdle of commercializing technology, which is actually getting some hardware together that you can sort of show to investors, for example. We do have a webinar screening on the 13th of December. These webinars, they're free to register. We do one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And I think it's part of our sort of mindset that, it's inclusionary, because we're obviously if we can do in our times of one in the morning and one in the afternoon, then that means we can basically cover most of the globe really with no particular issue. I think the only people who would be it'll be a little about 5 p.m. Australian time, let's say, West Coast Australian time. But anyway, I digress. We do these webinars, these live streaming demos. We have engineers come in and do a couple of demos, and it really highlights the technology. I mean, today the electrochemical platform, even though it's a sort of, dare to describe it, it is beautiful. It has a lot of LEDs and a lot of mechanical features that really help with the user experience. Problem with minimally viable products, a lot of the time is, especially in this sort of electrochemical space, they're often just look like sort of square boxes with a little slot at the front, and people can put their sensors in and out, but actually they're quite kludgy and not that pleasant to use. This one's got really nice user experience with the LEDs, and it's got really nice mechanical capability to put the actual sensors onto it. It's not really part of my webinar today, but we do have a couple of nice videos about it. And I suppose it's really worth emphasizing that there's an app, and I realized I haven't put the app here, but there's an app called the SenseItAll app that can be found on the Android Play Store. And I really want to put a QR code in for that, but I haven't. But there is an app. In fact, I've got it on my phone here. So, oops, all the reflections are not working well. What it's trying to do is trying to actually scan a QR code. That's what it suddenly wanted to scan a QR code. The reason it wants to scan a QR code is because the nice thing about the SenseItAll platform is we can really quickly reskin the app and reskin the target just through a QR code. So the first thing it tries to do is scan a QR code before it proceeds. Anyway, that said, this is a platform that we can either use it with our sort of chips, our screen printed electrodes, or we can use it, for example, with liquid samples, as in this little vial here. As I say, there's two pieces of hardware, but after that, the whole platform stays consistent. That we do have a app already available on the Android store. You can download that. The first thing you're going to find out is that it wants to scan a QR code because it wants to know, what am I going to do? And so that's a really good key, because once it's scanned that QR code, it's happy. But then that QR code also gives us a lot of flexibility. So what the app does, the app works in conjunction with something called Julie as well. So at ZP, I think, not think, but we try to help people get to market, and we are providers of technology. But I would also say we're providers of business case, that we've intrinsically built a business case and a business revenue into the technology stack, because it's already got cloud. This technology stack has cloud capability embedded in it, and that is significant because it means that as a business now or as an entrepreneur, you have the opportunity to make money from hardware, sensors, and data or software as a service as well, because of the cloud capability. Let me roll back a little bit and say that these technologies work with this hardware. The samples go into the hardware, the app talks to the hardware gives the data back to the app, and the app gives the data to our cloud system called Julie, where we do the calculations, and the data, if you ever watch our live webinars, you'll see how quick this is. The data goes back to the app. So it's a really sort of cloud-coupled hardware platform that's very good for testing liquid samples. And it's important because it does build in a business case into the technology. I have a couple of videos here. One of them emphasizes the use of the QR code. Another one shows the mechanical aspects of it, and another one shows the sort of total system. So I would describe this video that I'm sort of fast forwarding around here. This is really emphasizing the mechanical aspects of it, the way that we can take these little cartridges, we can click them into the hardware, and it's really quite elegant. Here the engineer is actually showing the sort of total system with the app, and then in the bottom image I'm showing that by going through these different QR codes we can change the target of the app quite readily. So I hope apologize for any internet dropouts this morning. I'm effectively working from a hotel, and you can never rely on hotels. Probably worth just saying at ZP, we do have a lot of sensors, from histamine to troponin I to phosphate to nitrate to glucose. So I should have really put a link to this as well, but ZP does have a lot of electrochemical biosensors all ready to go. And it's really the applications that are unique, not the sensors themselves. And in fact, I have put a link, so therefore I will put a series of links underneath these videos as well to try and help you navigate some of the materials that I've put here. As I say, we did actually do a large demo last week, and it's not just a bunch of people talking. I mean, we're doing stuff in real time, so it's you get a real live experience of this. I mean, one of our collaborators saw this and showed it to her investors. They said, no, this looks good, go ahead with these guys, this platform is robust, and our business model is not to be the guys on the market, but our business model is to be to help people get to market. Here's some links here that will also sort of give you a bit more to read about, and there's also contact us here. What I'll do is I'll put the links underneath the video now, and if you have any questions, as it says, don't hesitate to contact us. Okay, thanks very much.